So deferring an exam is not always the best option for managing the demands of your academic load. In fact, sometimes deferring an exam can actually create more problems. Some level of stress is very helpful for us. In fact, it can really help us to focus on the goals that are most important for us at any one time, and it can motivate us to take action to try and address those goals. In order to keep stress at a manageable level, it's really important to be organized and to plan ahead. If we think about marathon runners who have to run a big race, they don't start training for that race just the week before or the day before. They are training for that race all through the year. Every single day of the year, they're doing a little bit of training to build up their speed and their strength and their stamina to run that big race. And it's the same thing with preparing for exams. We can't start doing that a few days or a week before. We need to make preparing for exams a habit of our daily life at university.
I once heard this guy on YouTube, I also listen to TED Talks like you, and he said, look, you can't manage time, but you can manage yourself within that time. It's a very cliche thing to say, but I mean, if you look much deeper into it, everyone is going to get 24 hours. You can't chop and change, you're not going to get an extra 2, you're not going to get less 1, but what you can do is, what can I do with those 24 hours that I have? So time management is not only important now, but time management is important in many other things, but this is where you have to learn the skill. In fact, this is where you need the skill the most. You need to know at what time, you need to know how many hours you sleep. How many hours do you need to sleep so that when you wake up, you can be most effective at the job or study session that you want to have.
It can also help, just like a marathon runner, to really take good care of your body all the way through the semester. So it's important to get enough sleep, to exercise or relax in between your work, and to try and eat as healthily as you possibly can, so that you are giving your body and your mind the energy and the food that it needs to keep going through a demanding and busy semester, and to be ready for that last burst of work before the exams.
If you really cannot write, we must start to make use of the avenues that are available with the university. And of course, it is upon student representatives and also academics within the university to ensure that those structures that are there are still working to the benefit of the students when they need them. But of course, if you really can't write the exam, if you really cannot write the exam, then you have to go to student wellness services early enough so that all that paperwork can be processed. And if you need assistance with respect to how to best articulate your case, speak to a student rep, speak to a lecturer, speak to a course convener, or even speak to your TAT.
There are indicators that students who defer the exams don't do as well in those deferred exams as compared to students who write the exams on time. And this is basically because students who, because of the time between doing the actual learning the material and writing the deferred exam is quite long, and possibly because of the pressure of having to study also for an additional set of exams at the particular point in time. And of course, if you're writing deferred exams early in the year, in the January period, you would it means that you would have spent your holiday trying to study while everyone else is having a holiday and having a break, and that can be quite difficult for many students to be able to focus on studying for an exam in January when all their friends and family are having family time over the festive season. So it's an important thing to be able to plan your work and manage the emotional components of doing an examination. For now, for your degree, but also for the future, if you can consider it as a life skill.
So if you can be really proactive and put lots of plans in place to support yourself and strategies in place to prepare well for your exams, then you can stress less and write now.